Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, March 4th, 2022 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I listen and surrender to divine guidance. And alright, so we are through one of the major intensities. We are through the peak of it. Now, to be fair, these energies are we're still marinating in them, basically, and we're still processing through them. I will say a lot of that Pluto-Mars stuff came up in my dreams. In one of my dreams, I was like yelling, screaming at somebody. In another dream, I had somebody yelling and screaming at me. So it's interesting how these things show up, how the processes move through for us. For Friday, while we have no major transits happening today, we are building to a few major things. We are building to Sun and Jupiter together, conjunction. This is always a major, fortunate, in most ways, fortunate, advantageous connection for us. However, we do want to remember that Jupiter will expand anything it touches. So we want to be really aware where we are feeding our energy, what we are engaging with, and even be very mindful. You know, what is your mind bringing on? Try to stay in moderation and balance as much as possible, especially with the Sun and Jupiter in Pisces. There can be that desire for escapism. And again, we can just go too far, and we just don't want to take it too far. Besides that, we also have Venus and Mars preparing to finish up in Capricorn it's going to be late Saturday, more like early Sunday, depending on where you live. Yeah. More like early Sunday, but we're having them shift, both Venus and Mars shift into Aquarius, and they're coming closer to that conjunction, which will also happen for most people on early Sunday. So with Venus and Mars finishing up in Capricorn, Venus finally out of the shadow of the retrograde. Thank goodness. That was so intense. But with these last degrees, the 28 degree, the 29 degree of Capricorn energy, these final degrees, it's pushing the lesson of Venus, responsibility to your yin. Are you listening to your intuition? And then that yang Mars energy, are you then following through with aligned action? This is so potent to go hand in hand with this Sun-Jupiter incoming conjunction. So, as much as you can, try to listen. And I say this from the experience of having not listened. The times I have not listened in my life, I regret each and every one of those times. So, good lessons that clearly I needed, but I did learn to listen, even when it's hard. I will mention that the moon is in Aries, which can light a little fireball under ourselves. Between that and Mars and Venus at the final degrees of Capricorn, you may find yourself getting things done. Sometimes this energy can tend to overdo. So again, listen to yourself, listen to your body, listen to your higher guidance, but there is that power. We will have the moon and Chiron meeting. So again, you might have some flares of some wounding, some feelings bubbling up to the surface, but it should move through, hopefully fairly quickly. Let's look at these cards. The new vision card. This feels very important with the Sun and the Jupiter energy coming together. Let's look at the time that they're going to come together. They're going to come together at 6 a.m. on Saturday. I will most likely be doing a Saturday scope because of all of this stuff. So, no, I don't always. I like to give myself a little break. I probably will show up for this because this is a lot and it's big. So, as these energies come together, what is your vision? What are your dreams? What are the miracles that you are wanting to call in? Spend some time with that energy, marinating in it. It's also powerful because we are still just coming off of this new moon. And the time between the new moon and the full moon, this is when the moon is waxing. It's becoming bigger. And so there's momentum there. So it's such a great time to work with your intentions, to seed your intentions. So new vision. And alongside of that, the ordinariness card. And ordinariness card could be called the gratitude card. Card of like looking around and checking out the abundance, checking out the good things that are around you, which just amplifies your vision. I also have the creator card. remembering your power, the King of Wands. You have the power of creation within you. It works for different people in different ways. And so maybe if you're like, I'm a horrible manifester, it's okay. Not everybody's meant to be a super wonderful manifester. And a lot of times, if we're struggling, we may be out of alignment. And so check in with yourself. Check in with how you're going about this. And at the very least, like, just hold in your heart your dreams, your wishes, your desires for that, or even better. Because a lot of times we are small thinkers, and the universe is like, oh, this is an infinite universe. What are you doing? I do love the completion card, which is the world. These cards right here are like, ooh, make a wish. The world card is like, here it is. Take it. Like, your wish is my command. That's what it is. Your wish is my command. So these cards, they're magical. I do have, however, the fighting card in here. Fighting card is the Knight of Swords. It can be that mental, mind racing energy. We do still have some really strong Aquarius. Check your mind. Take time to check in with your monkeys. Maybe your monkeys have some desires. We desire freedom. Freedom to run amok. Maybe it's that. But check in with that part of yourself, and maybe check in with your mind, because, again, it might be one of those days where it's like the hamster wheel. Put the hamsters away. Put the monkeys away. Get grounded. Back into your heart. All right, so that's it for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Besides that, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and honor your values. Namaste.